Welcome, welcome, welcome to the finale of the regular season.
I'm so sad.
It's your favorite hosts of Cracking the Cold One, Joxy and Degs. Welcome back, my friend. Been a few weeks. I know with the holidays, we did take some time off. Hope you guys all had a great Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
First one of 2026.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
So, we got lots of things that we want to chat about today. Getting prepared for the playoffs, of course, and going through our normal rundown, going through some games of the weeks, talking about obviously this weekend's games and playoff implications as well, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some fantasy wrap ups and also a nice little betting segment. So, without further ado. Cheers, buddy. Good old faithful.
Serve side. You know the drill.
Yeah, you do know the drill. I've been liking our posts, but we need that. We need that sponsorship, baby.
We waiting.
So let's dive into this week's episode. We're gonna obviously start off with our team corners. So with the Eagles. Last week they had another ugly win, I would say. Very ugly win. Eagles got the dub against the Bills, but first half to the second half, it was like night and day. Offense could not complete a single pass in the second half. It was just god awful. I think in the second half, the Eagles were minus 2 yards in passing. So that's just that's just horrible. Defense continues to stand out, though. Defense has put themselves now in, with the ending of the season, now into the top 3 of the best defenses in the league. Since week 10, they have the best defense in the league. So there are some things that they have going for them. Cooper DeJean is playing outside of his mind right now.
He sure is.
The players that have been injured, we've had people that have been able to come in, such as like Jahad Campbell to fill in for N'Kobe, to fill in and play outstanding. The biggest question mark has always been our cornerbacks, and we were hoping that going into the playoffs, with M'Kuba coming back as a safety, I think that's going to help us out. But I think we have that momentum going with us right now. Like I mentioned, with the return of N'Kobe, you got the return of Lane Johnson as well. It's going to be good to have that momentum going into the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm all for the resting of the starters this weekend. I say screw it. Like regardless,
it's a meaningless game. Don't want anyone to get hurt when they don't have to. I'd say
and 2 seed would be nice, but at the same time, like we get to play a game at home.
Yeah, and 3 seeds still.
Yeah, and let's go. And at the same time, the Eagles, they've had the hardest schedule in the whole entire NFL this year. They've been able to beat those top, playoff contenders throughout this year. So I think there's a lot of things that they can hang their hat on with this season. Obviously, it has not been the best, hasn't been the prettiest with this offense and just the overall vibe of the team. It hasn't been the same as the previous years, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the playoffs. Yeah, very excited for the playoffs to come up.
Regular season's done, but playoffs are here for the Eagles. I mean, I agree. It's just the offense. If the offense can figure it out, then I think they can make a run. The defense is playing out of their mind. I mean, they held the former MVP to, what was that, 13 points, 14 points? So, I mean,
12 points.
12 points. That says everything you need to know right there, I'd say. So the Eagles just need to carry that over into the playoffs. Right now, they would face the Rams, which is a tough matchup. I mean, we can't deny that, but it doesn't feel like last year, which does suck.
Mm-hmm.
But they have it in their bag.
Yeah.
They really do. So matchup's definitely going to be a factor. But like you said, home field advantage. Can't ask for more than that. I mean, obviously we would want to buy. But, yeah, I mean, the Eagles, they control their destiny. I mean, if they can just flip the script on the offensive side, they could really make a run. Get that run game going. Get Barkley going, and then use the play action. A.J. Brown may be the best receiver coming off of play action. So I think they just got to be a little more innovative here, which we've been asking for all year.
I mean, the last win the Rams have over the Eagles is in 2020. So it's been a couple of
It
years.
has been a couple of years. Don't know. Yeah. The win this year was, in my mind, it was basically a tie. It was a freak block.
You can't say it's a freak block when the guy has been doing that all season.
That's true, but in my mind,
I mean, he just did it last week.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I get it.
The game
was tight. Yes, like things like that don't happen often. Yes, I don't want to say it's a freak.
the block, but it's the touchdown. I mean, to take it to the house in that fashion, I don't know how many times Jordan Davis is going to do that. Can we agree on that?
I can agree on that. Yeah, I mean,
but you're right. A win's a win. With Sirianni's 3-0 versus McVay.
Also, I mean, no, you're right. I'm just thinking like JD probably. I mean, he ran after that ball, and that ball was far as hell from everybody. So he had that going for him. Yeah. I think anybody would probably be gone.
The way the trajectory of it, and then the momentum of him picking it up.
I think all of that, like that played
all
was a fact. But if it was like something that was like, no, he's not running that back. He's not doing like a James Harrison type of thing. Freaking running over several people.
That's all about the point I was making. Yeah. You're completely right. He's mastered that block, the timing.
I mean, Jalen Carter and JD, they both have.
They're just a force in there.
Jalen Carter had the one last week. I mean, and this is the one thing that I would say watch is that whenever they go up to the field goal to block a field goal, they both look at each other and they start talking to each other before anything happens. Like I feel like they're like game planning.
It's like
where do you want to line up?
It's like trying to stop 600 pounds right there.
Yeah, dude, it's tough. It's tough.
It's a tall task. Now, look, like we just said, the Eagles' defense is their strength, right? So come out, hold Stafford like you held Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. If you kind of go route about that, offense plays just a smidge better, you're looking at a win. That's a recipe.
Yeah. What do you got for your Titans?
So the Titans have looked a lot better the last few weeks here. Mm-hmm. They're scoring points here, put up 26 points here. It was a win. They should have had a win here versus Saints. They really let it go. I got to give my credit, or the credit to Tyler Shuck. He played phenomenal. I mean, he's playing phenomenal ball. They may have something. They sure might. But the Titans, I like the way they're ending the season here. It's kind of like we talked about with Cam Ward. The little things look so much better. He looks a lot more comfortable and better in the NFL here. So that bodes well for them. I like how they close the season out. They're fighting hard here. I just want to see this versus the Jags. Give the Jags a run for the money here, right? They don't give them a gimme. What do I want, right? What do I want going into the offseason? So coach first and foremost, right? We got to set culture. We got to set leadership, innovation here, which the Titans haven't had in quite some time. I mean, Vrabel definitely had that moment when he did have them playing their best football maybe ever, the Titans team as a whole. But that's what I really want. We got to get this right. We haven't gotten it right, since Vrabel, whether it's been our GM, the former coach here, the staff. Something's got to change in regards to that here. Yeah. So then number two is I want that offensive line to be built out, right? We got to give Cam Ward time. We got to give him comfortability out there, and it's not going to happen unless we give him a better offensive line. I think you can appreciate that this year with the Eagles not quite playing up to par in that regard, right? Not giving your quarterback the
offensive
time.
line has definitely been a question mark this year.
And it just shows just because you have a dual threat quarterback, they can only do so much to get out of the pocket, right? They can only do so much to shuffle, and extend the plays. So that's really what I want. We got to, especially that right side, we got to build that out, get stronger there. give him more time. And then number 3 is going back with Cam Ward here. Give him number 1 receiver in the offseason. Like you've mentioned, George Pickens would be number 1 on my wish list if we can. We have the cap space to throw it at someone. So I want that. I want kind of what the Patriots did, get some really nice vets that can play, that are hungry, that want to come to a team with a young quarterback like Cam Ward. So those are my 3 wants kind of going into this offseason. I think they're all very realistic and able to accomplish that, right? And I'm not saying we're going to be a playoff or a Super Bowl contender next year, but let's be a playoff contender, right? Let's be kind of like Carolina coming out of the crack, something like that. So that's my wish list. That's what I want going into this offseason here. Hope the Titans can capitalize. I'm a diehard fan, so I'm going to rock with you no matter what, but let's make it a little easier for me, huh?
What are your thoughts on Malik Willis?
You know, he looks great. I mean, do I think he's a starter in the league? Not necessarily, but he has proven he can come in and win some games. He's, you know, if you're a Patrick Mahomes, if you're a Jordan Love, you got to feel good about a guy like that coming out. He can use his legs. He can read the defense effectively now. He's decisive out there.
He diced up the Ravens defense.
He is night and day from when he was in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that just goes back to the coaching. I mean, LaFleur is a mastermind when it comes to the quarterback position. He knows how to put them in positions to succeed. And that's Malik Willis. Now, I mean, you know what's crazy here? I said to my brothers, I said, looking back now, I bet you wish they picked him instead of Kenny Pickett.
Oh, shit.
I mean, Kenny Pickett now, I mean, they're both backups, right? And we see how Kenny Pickett is as a backup. And Malik Willis can go in and shred it and give you a fighting chance. It's crazy. It's crazy how things unfold.
Wait, where did why am I blanking? Where did Pickett get drafted?
Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Yeah, he got drafted to Pittsburgh. You know, he went to the Eagles, went to the Browns.
Yeah.
He's been backing up Geno now in Las Vegas.
So if like Pittsburgh would have had Malik instead of
they might have been able to develop him and have something there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like after that game with the Packers against the Ravens, he has GMs definitely, I think. And I would say that all 32 teams should be calling and asking, what do you want from Malik? Because whether it's your starter or it's your backup, that is hands down probably the best backup in the NFL right now.
Well, if you have a
outside of Tanner McKee, I got a soft spot for my boy Tanner McKee. Pause.
I'll let you pause on that one.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was wild.
If you're a team with a controversy, maybe like the Vikings. If you're a team, that wants a bridge right before you draft someone, Malik Willis is the type of guy you want. Vikings, they should bring him in for a competition.
I feel like Minnesota is going to be lots of drama this offseason.
I agree.
Supposedly, they're not even going to re-sign. Who's my boy? Their cornerback. Oh my gosh.
Bynum?
No. Why am I blanking on?
Yeah, no, I mean I agree with you though. They're gonna have some drama. I mean, I think there's a world where it's possible McCarthy's not even on the team.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Oh, Isaiah Rodgers. Okay. Former Eagle.
Yeah. I didn't realize they had Jeff Okudah over there.
They have a nice little defense.
Yeah. He was supposed to be something big out of Ohio State. It just did not pan out.
He's a serviceable quarterback.
Well, he also had those injuries too when he was with Detroit. Yeah. Which, shit, Detroit could have had.
They could use him right now, huh?
Yeah, I would say so. All right, going on to what we got going on this next topic here. Playoff matchups.
Yeah. It's exciting.
So, let's see the playoff picture right now. I know that there's still 2 seeds that need to be decided with
each side there. It's the 4 seed.
Yeah, the 4 seed. Yep, the Steelers and the Panthers both, which is so weird. I don't think anybody would have said in the beginning of the year that they thought that the Panthers would go ahead and be in the talks of being in the playoffs, but here we are.
No, I mean, Bryce Young's playing his best football, and I think that's what it comes down to. We've said they'll go as far as well he's played. I mean, is it good enough to beat some of these quarterbacks in this playoffs? I'd say he's easily the worst quarterback, um, but um, but still, I mean, they're playing good football. Ted McMillan is
Would
is
you rather have Bryce Young or Aaron Rodgers?
I still think I'm taking A-Raj. Yeah, I still think so.
Oof.
He has the playoff experience. Um, never Bryce Young never been there. Not rookie head coach, but it'll be Lewis Canales' first time in the playoffs as well.
Mm.
Um, so let's just look at that matchup. So we either got Panthers or Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna play the 5th seed. So it's either gonna be the Niners or Seattle, which is
Not fun.
not
Not
fun.
fun if you're Carolina.
It is not. They
Or
will be home.
I would say Tampa Bay would probably be able to give them more of a fight. I don't care, but I would say this: Carolina has a pretty solid defense, though. So
They do. They're playing their best football on that side.
yeah.
I look. I'm not saying they don't have it in their bag to maybe win, but I think I just go back to the lack of experience. You got the Niners with Shanahan
Yeah.
and Purdy that have kind of been there, done that.
Lack of experience, lack of continuity as well.
Yeah.
I think that they like Ted McMillan is a good receiver. He needs somebody else over there with him. I mean, I don't think that they have like their premier number 2 right now.
Leggett and Coker are 3s. They're not 2s.
Leggett's a bum.
He didn't turn out to be what they wanted.
Leggett is a bum. I mean, and there's Leggett and Keon Coleman I put in the same conversation. I'm like, you guys are bums. You guys don't want to play football. You guys don't want to, you guys came out of college with these big, huge, like
high expectations.
Yeah, expectations that are behind that are attached to your names, and now they're. I mean, I stand on what I stand.
Lay off the coons and learn how to catch a football.
Yeah, he's sitting out there. He's like, I like hunting raccoons. I like eating coons.
I
Boy,
would.
it's crazy.
I agree. I think the Panthers. It's so funny because I think the Panthers can beat the Bucks, but I think the Bucks would do better in the playoffs. Does that make sense?
I agree. That's where I was saying. Like, I think the Bucks would have a better chance in the playoffs to go against the Niners or the Seattle Seahawks, whoever's going to get the number 1 seed or number 5 seed.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you should say number 5 and number 1 seed. I guess.
Yep.
So we would have the Bears versus the Packers. You'd have the Eagles versus the Rams, and then, like we mentioned, the Seahawks or Niners versus the Panthers or Bucks.
Yeah.
Bears Packers is a good matchup. That's another divisional matchup. It's like
I love that.
Yeah, 3 times in the same season. I personally
and I think
would hate that because I always get nervous after that.
And what I like about that is I think it gives both of them an opportunity to move on to the next round, where I think if they played any other team in that NFC, it might not happen. Like, I don't think the Packers beat Rams, Niners, Eagles, or Seahawks, and I don't necessarily think the Bears would either.
The Bears, because I think also they gave us a run for they killed us.
I think if you played them again, you smoke them.
I think if we play them again, that we have a better chance to beat them. I don't think we smoke them. I think we have a better chance to beat them. This is the one thing I gotta be honest with everybody. I have utmost faith in my Birds. I have utmost faith in the Birds' defense. I can honestly tell you though, when that game starts every single weekend, that offense gets on the field, I'm low-key nervous. I'm just like, what the hell's what's gonna happen today that we're gonna fucking talk about this next week with this team? And I don't know, man. There's rumors that I've been hearing that Jalen doesn't get the freedom to go ahead and change plays if KP or Nick Sirianni call a play. They just want him to trust it.
Just to go with it.
Yeah. So that's why I get nervous when it comes to certain teams that we're going to be playing in the in the playoffs, because if you continue to handcuff him and not allow him to have that freedom, I'm sorry, I just don't know how much we can go ahead and do. We had a couple of games that we put up 20 plus points and that we were balling. It's been a lot of ugly dubs. So, against the Bears, I would be nervous. I'm honestly nervous against the Rams. I'm extremely nervous against the Rams. The Rams with
Dave Adams back.
yeah, Devontae Adams healthy. I will say this. Good luck this week. I hope that nothing happens, but you put all your starters in that game and you're risking a potential injury.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean, I'm giving Matthew Stafford the respect, and I'm giving all these guys the respect, but Matthew Stafford's old.
Yeah. One hit.
Devontae Adams is getting up there in age as well.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you have, some young players out there, but still, you just don't want to jeopardize anybody getting hurt. So, they're going to have to come back to Philly, and I think next weekend in Philly it's going to be cold again. So, bundle up and get ready. It might even rain. I don't know. Did it? No, it didn't rain last time.
That'd be something if they have to play in precipitation again.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I think it's just gonna be a cold game. I don't think there's gonna be any rain next weekend. But that's my honest take on the Eagles, and that's why I'm like,
It's gonna.
I don't want to say that we would rout a team. I just think like our defense, they're young, and I think that helps us out because yeah, you can put these guys out there and they can play, and they kind of have like that Energizer Bunny energy. Wait till they get a little bit older. You're not going to want those guys out there that long because they're going to be tired as hell.
I'm not gonna lie. The Rams is gonna be a tough game. In my opinion, that's the toughest matchup you could have. I think the Rams are the team to beat potentially in this playoffs. You know what could bode well for them is they very well could play the Bears after, potentially, right? Because 4 or 5 seed, unless the Packers won, would play.
Well, if Eagles win and Bears lose, then Eagles get the 2nd seed.
Right.
So then it would be Eagles, Packers.
So
and then Bears would play the Rams.
So
I still think it's going to be tough for the Rams though, because the Bears would be the 3 seed. Rams have to go to Chicago.
Either way, they got to play in elements.
They got to play in elements. They're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And they don't do well with that. So, all right, let's move on to the AFC though. So we got Broncos obviously have the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're locked up.
Yeah, they're on the bye. So we have Patriots, Bills,
which would be a really tough.
Holy shit!
I mean, that's a huge test for the Patriots to.
Dude, I'm like saying it, acting like it's nothing, and I'm like, holy shit! That's another divisional matchup.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be fun. You got Jags against
Chargers, which is a nice matchup going back to years ago. Remember, Chargers were up big, and the Jaguars had that huge comeback in the second half. That was back when Staley was coaching them.
We got Texans against the Steelers or the Ravens.
That's a little
Ravens have more. They have a higher percentage to get into the playoffs currently than the Steelers do.
They're home, aren't they? That's why.
No.
I know.
Like, it's the Ravens. Like, it's just like their percentage currently is 60%, where the Steelers are 40%.
Well, they win, they're in, and I think they're the home team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, Steelers are home. That's very odd.
No, if they both win, they both have an. Yeah, I mean, if either team wins, obviously they get in. But currently, the odds for the Steelers is 40%, and the odds for the Ravens is 60%.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting, especially with the Ravens losing the last, I think, 7 of the last 8 games.
Lamar might not even play.
No, he is playing.
He is playing?
Yeah. Lamar is playing. So that'll... And Steelers and Ravens always end up in some type of like battle. Always a match.
It's going to be the NFC this year. I mean, the NFC is just so much tougher if you ask me.
Yeah. Patriots, if they... Depending on how their win goes against the Bills, I would say that would be a team to keep an eye on because they do have a lot. They have a lot of things going well for them right now.
Dark horse for me is the Texans. If the Texans offense, it's kind of like the Eagles. If the Texans offense can play well enough, their defense is so ferocious.
Yeah, Texans has been. I mean, Texans have the best defense in the league right now.
I mean, I think
So
Ravens or Steelers is a good matchup for them.
yeah, I like it.
And
It'll be fun.
the one thing I want
I'm
to
really
note,
looking forward to this Patriots and Bills.
one thing I want to note too is what we talked about before the app is the Super Bowl's in Santa Clara.
Yeah,
And if the Niners could go all the way to the Super Bowl, they'd be playing a home Super Bowl game, which the only two times that's happened is, I believe, when the Rams did it in LA and SoFi, and then Tampa did it as well.
yeah. I think it was also a few weeks ago that I was talking about top offensive-minded coaches, and I was listening to that episode, and I never mentioned Shanahan.
Oh, yeah.
I said McVay, Ben Johnson, and LaFleur.
Yeah.
I would put Shanahan over LaFleur.
I
would probably put Shanahan at number one just because of the fact that he's been coaching the longest, and everybody knows he is offensive like God.
He kind of started it all because all those guys came from him.
Yeah,
That was the coaching tree.
you have, all these guys that are just sitting there running back and forth at right when the quarterback gets to the line. So he's stealthy. He's good at tricking defenses and whatnot. So
Yeah.
laptop shut down.
Laptop shut down.
Uh-oh.
I charged it. No, I agree. I agree completely. He started it all, and what he's done this year, I think he should win Coach of the Year, in my opinion.
Shanahan deserves Coach of the Year. I agree. You all right, dude? Dog's over here trying to get comfortable. Shanahan, I think, deserves Coach of the Year. If not Shanahan,
Braves? Ben Johnson?
I wouldn't say Vrabes only because I need to see this. I need to see this again with a schedule that's a little bit more respectable, in my opinion. Sorry,
That's fair.
sorry, but like
No, that's fair.
that's kind of like where I So I would say it would be It should be Shanahan, Ben Johnson.
Cohen?
Yeah, this fucking
Duval.
I hate that. Oh my.
It is.
I
very
mean, I do
cringe.
think, and I also think D'Amico Ryans has, he has a say in, putting his name into the hat as well.
Yeah.
But I think those three coaches, I don't think anybody thought the Jaguars were going to make it to the playoffs or be 12-4. As of right now, they're 12-4, so they can end the
And they
season.
do have some notable wins.
They very well do.
Beat the Broncos.
Yep.
Beat the Chiefs. I mean, those are. I know the Chiefs aren't in it, but that was back when they were in the bubble and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Shanahan with a depleted offense and defense, lots of injuries, guys that are out like for the whole entire season, like Fred Warner tore his ACL, and is still 12-4 right now, and
playing for the number one seed.
Playing for the number one seed, and then you have Ben Johnson, where obviously Ben Johnson coming into Chicago, doing what he's been able to do with Caleb Williams. I mean, these three coaches, I think, hands down, are the candidates for this season. I don't think there's anybody else that you can obviously throw what's called McDonald in there.
For
sure, we could go ahead and make an argument for a lot of these coaches. I just personally think it's these three,
based on expectations and the
how
cards they've been dealt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I think it's Shanahan's to lose.
I agree. All right, let's move on to our game of the week. Degs. Speaking of our guy McDonald and Shanahan, what you got for us?
Yeah, so my game of the week is easy. Seahawks at Niners tonight. So the Seahawks control their destiny for home field advantage on the road this weekend versus the Niners. So they're going to Santa Clara. They have all the tools to do it, though.
Yeah.
Right? Their running game, they have a two-headed monster with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, which they've been playing their best football as of late. Definitely coming alive here in the fantasy season. They did help, win some leagues, I'm sure. So just in time for the playoffs for them in Seattle. They have arguably the best receiver in the league in JSN and nice supporting cast and Cup, Shaheed, and Barner. So those guys have come alive. And then lastly, the final ingredient, right, is a stout defense. They can stuff the run. They can get pressure to the quarterback and force turnovers. So if they can consistently get the Purdy, defense could win the game for them, and it could be a long night for him. Now going to the other side, the 49ers. They're coming off a thrilling win versus the Chicago Bears, right? 80 points total in that game, which is absurd. 42 points up for them.
That game was
It was a great
such
game.
a great game.
Great game.
Like, it was just constant shootout. Crazy.
That would be a fun playoff matchup down the road here if they were to meet.
Yeah.
But they also control their destiny. I mean, whoever wins this game gets the number 1 seed here, gets home field advantage. Maybe the most impressive season, as we said here, given all the injuries. Really just the construction of the team, right? Coming into the year, you would never even think so, even with some of those guys that got hurt. At least I didn't. But their offense has been very effective with Purdy coming back here. CMC, he was a league winner this year. He's had one of his best seasons that he's had. He had a huge game last week. And then we have the receivers, right? The X factor to me is Ricky Pearsall. If he can get, play like he did last week, if he can kind of be that one, he gets the whole offense going. Then Jennings plays better. When Kittle's in there, he gets a lot more freed up there.
Don't get shot, Ricky.
I know, dude. Stay out of the convenience stores, brother. And then I think it comes down to their defense as well, right? They got to hold Darnold, force some turnovers. They gave up 38 points last week. They can't do that again if they're going to win versus the Seattle offense here. So it's going to be a really, really fun game. I do think it's going to be high scoring. I don't think the defenses are going to come out here. Some injuries to note, right? Seattle, the offensive line's kind of banged up, as long with San Fran, with Trent Williams kind of dealing with his injury.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal for them if he's not in there.
I did hear that today, though, that Trent is game for playoffs. He's essentially just resting.
He's a gamer, so I'm assuming he will, unless it's really he wakes up.
He's just resting that hamstring.
Right. They're just being precautious here. A couple limited practice guys here, Ricky Pearsall, Kittle, but I think they're going to suit up here for playoffs. So this is my game of the week. I'm very excited about it, and I'll be glued to the couch watching this later.
Yeah, this is a Saturday to remember because I don't think we've had 2 games back-to-back that have been this good with the amount of playoff implications behind it. With the Bucks and Panthers, that's my game of the week, and one of these teams are going to either be in it or be out of it. Where, with yours, you have both teams are obviously in it, but it's like one team's going to be playing at home the whole playoffs.
Right.
One team's going to be having to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of playoff implications. I'm looking forward to this. What's crazy with the 49ers is that they really only have Pearsall and Juwan Jennings. I mean, obviously they have Kittle too, but Juwan Jennings
Everyone
and
else is
Pearsall, everybody else is
like a
journeyman
misfit.
Yeah. You have, I don't know what the heck is going on with Ayuk, but the man's supposedly hurt, but he's sitting here doing 100 miles per hour on the highway next to the freaking stadium, and then gets banned from coming to the team.
Into the building.
Yeah, the whole entire week. So, that dude is not making himself. He's not making a good story or good name for himself right now in the NFL, with all the drama that's been going on with him. So, this game with the 49ers and Seahawks is going to be good. And going into my game with the Panthers and Bucks. Panthers and Bucks tonight, or at 4:30 today. So, like I mentioned, one of these teams is going to make it into the playoffs. One of these teams is not. So, Carolina has not made the playoffs since 2017.
Wow.
Which is major.
8 years.
You think about it. That was when Cam Newton was down there. I mean, they were big and bad down there. It was Carolina was different in those days. So Bryce Young is definitely looking to end that slump. Now, Tampa has lost 8 of their last 10 games, which it's been such a crazy season for them. Obviously, they were depleted with injuries. They were still able to go ahead and win several weeks with those injuries that have happened to them. But you know, this is now coming to the end of the season where a lot of those games that they lost earlier this season, those tight games that they lost, is starting to nip them in the ass. They did lose to the Panthers earlier this year, 23-20. So obviously this gives Carolina a lot of momentum, but the odds are in favor for the Buccaneers. They're obviously at home, so they're favored by 3 points at home. My biggest key factor in this game is going to come down to Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan can go ahead and the secondary for Tampa Bay isn't that great, so Ted can go ahead and have himself a game to the point where they can put up some points. And obviously, this defense, Carolina's defense, is pretty solid. They've been playing the best that they've played ever these last few weeks. So even with their rocky, I would say, last 3 to 4 weeks Carolina's had,
Yeah.
they still put themselves into, I think, a good conversation to have a dub this weekend. Baker, I mean, I don't know what's going on down there. You have all of your weapons with Godwin's. You have Mike Evans. You have Igbuka.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on. I know it's a lot of mouths to feed, but I would think that once you have all of your guys, that you would be, firing all cylinders. Bucky Irvin's back there; he's healthy. So, I really think that it's going to come down to, like I mentioned, it's going to come down to Carolina's offense. How well can they play, and if Tampa Bay's defense can go ahead and stop Carolina's offense. I don't think Tampa Bay's defense can stop Carolina.
Yeah.
I have more faith that Carolina's defense can stop Tampa Bay. So it's going to come down to Tampa Bay, and if they're going to be able to, be able to play a complete game, So
I agree. I don't think Baker's been right. I think he's been injured. I think he had a shoulder injury earlier this year, and I just don't think he's been the same from that, because earlier in this year he was playing like an MVP.
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And obviously they've had a ton of injuries all year, which has been a factor to this, and it might just be a matter of continuity, right? Constant changes. Just being on the same page. I know Mike Evans has come back and made a splash, but they're going to need it in this game if they're going to win versus Carolina, because I agree. The funnel defense is kind of their downfall. Ted McMillan had a huge game versus them before because of his big body, his big contested catchability, and I think we're going to see more of it.
Yep. So going into our upset alert.
Yeah. We're just going to go right into the Panthers over the Bucs this game here. So I've taken the Panthers a couple times to upset. I'm 1-1 on it. I'm going to ride with them. I think that they're all, like I just said, I think their offense is enough. Their defense has been playing really good football, and they're forcing turnovers. So as long as those formulas stay together, I think Luis Canales and his team is going to go in there and shock the world.
I like it. And my upset alert this week is Vikings over Packers.
Okay.
Obviously, it doesn't change anything for the Packers. Packers will still make it into the playoffs, but I do think that, hey, Vikings at home, they don't want to see Packers go into the playoffs with any type of momentum. So let's play spoiler and let's go ahead and ruin their Sunday.
Yeah. Definitely.
So
okay.
I got Vikings over Packers.
Very interesting. Definitely could see that divisional matchup coming to that.
Yeah. I mean, and this is where, looking at that division, this should have been like who's getting in, who's getting out of the playoffs in that division.
Yeah.
Right? Vikings just had themselves, I think, probably the worst season that they've ever had.
Yeah. No, it's
under KOC.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's go into our rapid fire. You want to update us on our records?
Yep. So we had a week 16. You got me by 2 games there, 11-4 to my 9-6. Currently, you are down 4 games, 108-74, 112-70. So this is definitely a big week for you. We're going to keep doing it into the playoffs and whatnot. So definitely time to catch up, and I'll try not to make it easy on you.
All right, let's start it off. So we got Panthers at Bucks.
Yep, I got Panthers.
I got
obviously.
Panthers as well in this
Yep.
one. Seahawks at Niners.
Reluctantly, I got the Niners.
I got Seahawks.
Okay.
Saints at Falcons.
I got Saints.
I got Falcons. Browns at Bengals.
I got Bengals.
I got Bengals as well. I will say this. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire. We're not supposed to dive into these, but like Shador has been playing outstanding in my opinion with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
You give him some weapons, I think he can play a little bit better. Give him some something to work with, and their defense and is still
I think he's a starter going into next
top
year.
5 in the league. But Bengals, I think Bengals wrap this one up and they get the dub over the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Packers at Vikings.
I got Packers.
Got Vikings. Cowboys at Giants.
I got the boys.
I got the Giants in this one. Titans at Jaguars.
I got the Jags.
I got Jags in this one. Wasn't going to shock anybody and be like, oh my God, I got the Titans. I did that against the Chiefs, and I got that one right. So, Colts at Texans.
I got the Texans.
I got Texans in this one. Jets at Bills.
I got Bills.
Bills. Lions at Bears.
I got the Bears.
I'm gonna go with Lions in this one, just because I want to see the Bears lose.
Yeah.
Chargers at Broncos.
I got the Broncos.
Are Broncos playing their starters?
I'm not sure actually.
I'm going with Chargers. Chiefs at Raiders.
I got the Raiders. This is a stinker.
This is a stinker. I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs just because the Raiders are god awful.
Okay.
Cardinals at Rams.
I got Rams.
Yeah, I got Rams in this one. Dolphins at Patriots.
I got Patriots.
Got Patriots in this one. Commanders at the Birds.
I got Eagles.
Go Birds. Ravens at Steelers.
I got the Steelers.
This is one that I've been going back and forth with.
It's tough.
It's a tough one. I'm going with the Ravens because of DK being out.
That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, the offense didn't look good last week. Now,
Yeah.
granted, the Browns are a great defense.
Yeah, but
I
in divisional matchups, still, I think it's going to be tough no matter what. So, but yeah, that is our rapid pick'ems for this week. Degs, wrap us up with some of the fantasy football.
So fantasy, I felt was a little bit of a weird year this year. Definitely things that we thought were going to happen that didn't. If you had guys like JSN, James Cook, Stafford, they were some league winners for you, right? And if you drafted guys like maybe Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, Nico Collins, they made a burn you for a while, right? People like Derrick Henry, Chase Brown came on at the end, helped you win in the playoffs there. And, we can only predict so much, right? We can only be right so many times. And I think hopefully I've given you some good advice this year, and starts and sit-ems, some waiver wire pickups that you can plug in maybe for a game or two, and some underrated guys that end up coming up out of the cracks here. So it's sad. I always get a little bit sad when fantasy's over, because it makes you just want to watch games more. You're just more in sync with the league, and obviously you can bet and have that portion too. But something about fantasy, playing with your boys, the camaraderie, the shit talking, and then obviously the money, right? We always want to win a little pot here, a little extra check going into the holiday. So it's one of my favorite, I guess you call it a hobby, right? In the fall to the winter, and I hope everyone had a great season that you were proud of, and until next year, right? Yeah. And we'll be back with great nuggets, great advice, and the passion we always bring.
Yeah, and I think I can honestly say that throughout this season, you've thrown out some players out there where I'm like, who is this guy? And the one guy that I have heard I remember when you talked about him early in the season, and it was like a consistent, like I started hearing his name in the media, all over TV. We were talking about him earlier. Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, you called it. I think it was like probably week 5 or week 6. I remember you were saying how he was running at least 70% of the routes, and it was then out of nowhere, like he blew up.
Start playing a 1. And that's part of Bryce Young's success. I mean, you have to give that to him because he's never had that.
Yeah.
And he's been a safety valve for him. And Tet, come out one more time for him. All right, get that win.
Well, I want to say, my man, appreciate you for always running the fantasy league with me.
Yeah.
It was not good for either of us.
No.
But we will hang our hats on it and move on to next season. Got some nice little fun little twist in the season next year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it.
Cheers,
buddy.
All right, let's make some money.
All right, guys. Going into betting segment. I feel like me and this guy, I'm just going to be talking about him all the time now. Ted McMillan. I got Ted McMillan 4+ receptions this weekend. Also Rico Dowdle with 40 yards rushing. I got Brock Purdy with 10 yards rushing. Been kind of hearing a lot of people talking about this lately, and he's been hitting.
He's been on the move more. Yeah.
I think against Seattle, he can definitely get some yards under him. JSN, I got JSN with 50 yards receiving. I got Woody Marks with 40 yards rushing. Woody Marks with an anytime touchdown. I got Jacoby Myers, 40 yards receiving, and then Tony Pollard with 40 yards rushing. $10 gets you a nice little $92.88, so nothing too crazy.
Those are all very realistic, though.
Very realistic. Yeah. The Woody Marks one is always the one that I'm like, anytime touchdowns, you never know. But there's Colts.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Colts don't have that. They don't have that great of a run defense right now. I would say for anybody looking into betting, take a look at these incentives. Yeah. So some of these players, like I believe, like Saquon Barkley needs like 50 yards rushing just to hit 1,000 rushing yards this season, which is crazy to say that he's even there. Because I didn't think that he was even going to hit that this year. So there's like things like that, take a look at that. I think that would help you out when it comes to some betting ones. Don't be too crazy and think that like, oh, this receiver needs 7 more catches to hit 10 or to hit 100 catches. I don't think that freaking receiver's gonna hit 10.
Right.
Like there's like things like that where I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Place that bet.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Maybe they need a half sack. Maybe they need 3 catches.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like this one right here with the $10 on 92. I probably put like $20 on this and see what it.
Yeah. 180.
What it would throw. So yeah, I mean this is not the end of cracking a cold one because obviously we are going to be talking about playoffs. We still have Sixers that we want to talk about as well. But I mean, this is the end of the regular season.
It's gonna the episodes might take a little shift, right? Because we're not gonna have fantasy and whatnot. But we're still gonna be here.
Yeah. We're still gonna give you guys our normal segments. We'll probably update our topics starting next week. But outside of that, continue to ride along with this on this journey with us. Playoffs is a whole other season, so we have a lot of topics to talk about, and even in the off season, there's still a lot of things that we're going to need to talk about too.
Yeah.
I think that opens up the door even more because then we can like dive into like your team and
absolutely
all these other
free
teams
agency, draft. No, there's a lot of things to look forward to on this side.
Football is a great sport to watch, but also keeping tabs with. I'm telling you, it keeps me up at night sometimes. So thank you guys for another amazing regular season. We have enjoyed every single week. And we are looking forward to, just continuing the momentum. So without further ado, cheers, buddy.
And that concludes the end of the 2025 regular season.